Potential. I was going on and on. I had a great opening. When I looked down, it said mute. So let's restart. So today's episode, we are going to be talking about unleashing your leadership potential. The quote that is in the description says, great leaders don't just manage, they inspire, empower, and create lasting impact. To lead with confidence and make a meaningful difference, you must first unlock your potential. You first unlock that potential that's within you. Unlock your leadership potential. And that's what we're going to be talking about on today's episode. How can you, and what are some of the keys and strategies for you to unlock your leadership potential? So thank you for joining me again. My name is Patrick. I am the host of The 30 and also the managing principal of the Jackman Group LLC. We are a learning and development firm focused specifically and specializing in leadership development through training, coaching. Also, we focus on organizational strategic planning and helping your teams to grow, to become more productive and more efficient and more effective. So that's what we do. Of course, the 30 is a production of the Jackman Group LLC, and I want to personally thank you again for being here. Do me a huge favor, like the broadcast, share it. If you are watching us from YouTube, subscribe to our YouTube channel. I will greatly appreciate that. So for today's episode, we are going to be concluding our series, which we started about 3 weeks ago. This is part 3 of the series, which is leveling up your leadership. And today I want to focus on how can I assist you? How can we help you to build your confidence, strengthen your influence, and create a lasting impact in your leadership journey? So that's what we are going to be focusing on today's episode. So the overall goal of this episode is really to help you to unleash, to help you to unlock your leadership potential and lead with confidence and impact. That's the goal of today's episode. So let's get it started. So the first key to unlocking or unleashing your leadership potential is number 1, building your confidence. So when we look at confidence, it says confidence is the foundation, right? So when we define it, as we look at it, however it is defined, confidence is the foundation of effective leadership. It is, if we look at any great leaders, if we look at exceptional leaders, the leaders that do this, show their confidence, are the ones that really go to the next level. These are leaders that inspire others. These are leaders that develop trust in their teams. These are leaders that make their teams feel more secure. So when things are tough, when things become challenging, a leader with confidence, a leader who demonstrates great confidence, is one who can move their team from where they are, keep them calm to where they desire to be. So that's where we want to start. Is the first key is to build your confidence as a leader. So it's not about being perfect, right? It's not about your desire to be perfect, because it's not about seeking perfection. And we've all seen that, right? We all know the leaders who try to be perfect, who seek perfection. That is not this. It's about believing in your ability to lead. It's about trusting the decisions that you make, even throughout uncertainty, throughout challenges. It's about having that self assurance in the things that you do, the decisions that you make. It's about that. It's not about perfection. It's not about wanting or desire to be perfect. And we've seen leaders. It's not about being loud, right? It's not about that. It's about leadership. It's about attracting people to you through your level of confidence. So people are generally attracted to a leader that demonstrates confidence. It's they're not usually the loudest. If you see a leader that's always loud, that's always trying to bully people, it's not about that. Some of the quiet leaders can be the ones that even demonstrate confidence. And confidence is what it's about. It's that quiet leadership that when things get tough, when there are challenges, they remain calm. Their teams remain calm. That's what it's about. So great and exceptional leaders can project confidence through their quietness, through their body language, through their tone, through their communication with you. So leaders don't have to shout. As I said, don't have to bully others. It's about a demonstration about who they are. So as we build leadership, as we build confidence on your way to unleashing or unlocking your leadership potential, sometimes leaders can go overboard. And in going overboard, what they're basically doing is misapplying, overdoing what we call a strength. So we talk about in our training, especially in our MPACT leadership training, we'll talk a lot about strengths and how can we manage our strengths. How can we not take our strength and make it into a weakness because we overdo or misapply that strength? So sometimes we can, as leaders, we can overdo confidence. We can misapply confidence. And when that's done, it can be perceived as arrogance. So we have to learn how to manage that strength, right? How to manage that strength of confidence. So we talk a lot about that in our training. And I want to make sure that you understand, or that we, in terms of not understand, but I want to make sure that I talk about it as part of our impact leaders training, because it's a critical piece. It's one of those foundational pieces where we help you through our training, and then later on our coaching, to help you be the best leader that you can be, where you're not misapplying or overdoing that strength of confidence. So let's look at how can you as a leader build confidence. So I'm going to give you some practical tips as to how you can do that. Let's start with the first one, the practical tip, the first practical tip is this: goals, right? Start by setting small goals. And when you achieve those goals, and you've heard me talk about this numerous times, when you achieve that goal or those goals, celebrate. Don't go overboard in your celebration. Don't run out and buy a new car or um, buy a suit or a pair of shoes or for ladies a handbag or anything. No, it could be something very simple, something very practical. But reward yourself. Celebrate your wins along the way. Don't wait till you reach the big wins. Celebrate the small wins. So set small goals and then celebrate with small wins along the way, right? So I tell leaders all the time. So I'm going to give you a real practical way of how you can achieve this. When you set that small goal, write it on a piece of paper. Get a bowl or a small bowl or vase or vase, however you pronounce it, and write it down. Write that goal down on a piece of paper. Every time you achieve that small goal, take that goal on a piece of paper and put it in the bowl. Then at the end of the month or at the end of the quarter, what you want to do now is to look at all those pieces of paper. Take them out. So if you don't want to celebrate or reward yourself with every small goal, wait till you get to the end of the month or the end of the quarter. Take those pieces of paper out. Now you have all these achievements that you've made and that you've done, all these successes that you've done. Now you can take it up a notch in terms of celebration, in terms of rewards. This is a way of helping you to build confidence, because the more achievements that you see that you've made or done, that helps you to say, wow, I did that. It helps you to build your confidence as a leader. Just a practical step, nothing too major, just a small step. So that's one way. We also tell leaders in our classes, don't shy away from giving yourself credit, right? If it's something that was done, right, don't shy away from it. Some people, leaders, sometimes they are so uh, they suffer with, I can't remember what it's called. I think it's called imposter syndrome. I think that's it. But or lack of confidence. Let's make it simple. Lack of confidence. So they shy away from giving credit, right? It's okay. As long as you don't go overboard with it. As long as you don't think it's all about you, because it's not all about you. It's about helping others. It's about serving others. And when you serve them, when they become successful, then you become, because when they become successful, you also become successful. When they reach their goal, you can reach your goal. But it's about serving others first. But it's about giving yourself credit for making the bold decisions. Leadership is tough, folks. Leadership is not easy. And you've heard me say this many times. Leadership is not easy. Sometimes you have to make tough decisions. You have to make bold decisions. And making those bold or tough decisions, if it brings about success for the other people or other person, it's okay. It's okay to give yourself some credit at that point, but don't go overboard. See, confidence grows when you acknowledge your achievements. I'll say that again. Confidence grows when you acknowledge your achievements, because you feel good about you, about yourself. You feel good about what you've achieved, right? Again, manage the strength of confidence. Don't overdo it or misapply it, where now it becomes what was a positive, now becomes a negative in the eyes of others. A third way is to seek feedback from others. See how you are doing in terms of confidence, right? In terms of where are you? Are you lacking of confidence? Are you overdoing or misapplying confidence? Seek feedback from others. People will tell you if you are lacking of confidence or if you're just being a jerk. They will tell you that. So seek feedback, and also takes time for self-reflection. See how you're doing. Take time out to reflect on where you are with your confidence. See, as I mentioned in our Impact Leaders Training Program, which we're going to be talking about our next one that's coming up, you have to check this out. Our next one is already scheduled. Our summer program is already scheduled, and I'll talk about that at the end of this show. But we provide tools. We give you tools and exercises that, as leaders, that will help you to elevate and build your confidence. We provide you with the tools that we look at your strengths, and then we talk about what strengths are they that you have. If it's a strength of confidence, what does it look like to have that strength of confidence? And what does it look like when it's overdone or misapplied? So that's one aspect of our one module in our training when we, as you enroll and you come through the Impact Leaders Training, that's one module. I also share some of my personal experiences as it relates to confidence and what it looked like when I misapplied or when I overdid confidence, building my confidence. So I share that also in our training classes. So let's pivot and go to the second one. The second key to unlocking your leadership potential is mastering your influence. So influence is the ability to inspire, to persuade others to take action. It's what drives your team to follow you. It's what drives your team to go after the vision and the goals that you set forward. It's the ability to persuade others and bring them along on their leadership journey. Not just theirs, but also your leadership journey. And that's what mastering the influence is. That's what influence is all about. Great and exceptional leaders, and I want you to hear this, great and exceptional leaders use their influence to align their teams with organizational goals and drive performance. I really want you to hear this one. Great and exceptional leaders use their influence to align their teams with organizational goals and drive performance. One of my favorite authors, John Maxwell, says in one of his books, he says, leadership is about influence. And as we look at influence and leadership, Sir Richard Branson, who you know who he is, he's the CEO and board chair of some of the Virgin brand, Virgin Airlines and Virgin Cruises, right? So he says, train people well enough so they can leave, treat them well enough so they don't want to. That's a great quote that talks about your influence and your leadership on your teams and with people. Again, he says, train people well enough so that they can leave, treat them well enough so they don't want to leave. So how do you manage your influence? I'm going to tell you how. Give you 4 ways of doing that. 4 little tips, actionable tips. Number 1, start by being yourself. Start by being authentic and building trust with others. The more transparent and authentic you are, the more relatable you are. The more authentic and transparent and relatable you are, the stronger your influence will be. I have a great friend of mine, and he's very transparent. And I admire him with that. And because of his transparency, the stronger his influence is. The second actionable tip here is to build relationships built on trust and respect. The third tip, actionable tip, is lead by example, which this goes hand in hand with number one, where we talk about being authentic. Lead by example. Have you heard this? Action speaks louder than words, right? Lead by example. Your actions will speak louder than your words. People want to see you in action, want to see you doing things. So lead by example. Sometimes there's that thing with lead from the front, right? Lead by example. Here's another actionable tip, and I love this one. Help others grow. You serve others, help others grow. So invest time into helping others, into serving others. This is probably my most favorite one when it talks about influence. Help others grow. You help others and you serve others in accomplishing their goals, their growth goals, through training, coaching, mentoring, just being there for people, just being there for your team members. And if you help them grow, your influence becomes stronger. The last one, the last actionable tip is the ability to communicate. Communicate your vision, communicate your goals, your team goals. Communication is a compelling strategy to growing your team. One of my favorite quotes that I use all the time is this: in the absence of information, the mind fills in the blank. And I see it all the time. If you are not able to communicate with others, if they don't know where you're going, if they don't know what you're saying, if they don't know the mission, the mind is going to fill in the blank. And it may not be what you're expecting. So communication and communicating the vision, the mission, the goal, and connect it to your team's personal goals, right? How can the team members' personal goal helping them to get to the organizational goal? So you communicate the organizational goal first, and now you move further down to the individual's goals and help them to come together so that everything is met. So a key component of our Impact Leaders curriculum is about enhancing the leader's communication. It's about enhancing relational skills. So we talk a lot about communication. We talk a lot about relational skills. That goes hand in hand with just not an influence, but it also goes with confidence. And the third and final key to unleashing or unlocking your leadership potential is creating a lasting impact. See, leadership is about more than just achieving results. Yes, we want to make sure that we achieve results. We want to make sure that our performance, that our team members, we want to make sure that as leaders, we're performing even beyond where we think that we should be or can be. But leadership is more about just achieving results. It's about creating a lasting legacy that positively affects or impacts the organization, the community, the person, or the industry. That's what creating a lasting impact is about. It's about creating something positive that carries on, that goes on when you're not there, that have a positive impact on the organization, the community, the industry, or people. For me personally, one such person was our late Bishop Reginald McGill. When we talk about creating a lasting impact, not only did he have an impact on me personally, and he had a profound impact on me personally, right? But he also had a lasting impact on the church as a whole, the ministry, our congregation, our community, not just locally, but communities across the country and probably across the world. His leadership style rings with me even today. Part of who I am as a leader and the things that I do as a leader routes back to his lasting impact. So when we talk about creating a lasting impact, for me personally, and for our church community, and for our community as a whole, Bishop had a lasting impact on all of us. So how can we create a lasting impact? So I'm going to give you some steps here to create a lasting impact. Number one, create a clear vision and communicate it consistently. In the absence of information, the mind fills in the blank. So you want to create a lasting impact, or I say, create a vision, communicate the vision consistently. Focus on long-term results, not immediate results. Third, leave a legacy through whether it's training, coaching, mentorship, by creating systems and advocating for others. So that's how we create a lasting impact. Be focused on others and not ourselves. Be focused on helping others, serving others, and not ourselves. So, as I said, those are ways that we can create a lasting impact. In our training, when you go through the Impact Leadership Training Program, we talk a lot about this. We talk and we help you to develop a leadership mindset. 2 weeks ago, I talked about mindset, developing a leadership mindset. In our training, we talk a lot about that. How can we help you? We help you to develop a leadership mindset through your short-term goals, your long-term goals. We also talk a lot about your strategic plan, your strategic leadership. We talk a lot about what it is to be people-focused as opposed to self-focused. So that's what we do. That's what we talk about in our leadership, in our Impact Leadership Training. So folks, I hope this was helpful. I hope this helped you to unlock these 3 simple things, help you to unlock and unleash your leadership potential. This is just a start. This is just the beginning. But I wanted to bring this to you. And if you're interested to learn more, and if you want to be part of our Impact Leaders program, here's what you should do. And I'm going to pull this up here now. Let's see if I can find it. I would love for you to, here's what you do, contact us. info@jackmangroup.llc.com. info@jackmangroup.llc.com. Email us. We will have a link coming up here shortly. And I want you to put on your calendar our Summer Impact Leaders Program. Will be announced, but I'm going to announce it here to you first. It will start on June 3rd. It's 5 weeks, 1 day a week. This is going to be in person. So probably if you are local to Rochester, Monroe County, Buffalo, or Syracuse, this is more for you. In the fall, we're looking at a online, a virtual training. But our summer program is it's 5 weeks long. And we're going to cover some of the things that I just discussed on this episode of the 30. But get a hold of us, info@jackmangroup.llc.com, or you can go to our site, which is the 5-week training site, which is right here on the screen, and you can check that out. Subscribe, because right now, summer program, June 3rd to July 1st. Make sure that you go there. Here's the site. Go there. Check it out. And I invite you to join us in this leadership journey as we help you to become a more effective, a stronger leader, taking you from great to exceptional, taking you from good to great to exceptional. So, folks, I hope this was helpful. I want to thank you for being here. Make sure that you join us next week on another episode of The 30. Thank you. May God bless you and your family. Be safe out there. We'll see you next week.